The exercises shown are for informational purposes only. Only attempt any workout under professional supervision with a qualified trainer and at your own risk. Always consult your physician before attempting any physical exercise. By watching any part of this video, you expressly agree to release and discharge the producers and trainers and waive any right and legal action for personal injury or property damage. When in the Los Angeles area, train at MuayThaiAmerica.net.
Alright, Dimitri, welcome to another exciting edition of our Muay Thai training. Alright, so why don't you come? Alright, we're going to do a different type of stretch today, a little bit more dynamic, okay? So this first, we're just going to punch out with our hands. Really try to move those shoulders. Good. And then now we're going to even punch longer. There we go. Reach out. That's it. Good. And then we're going to swing upwards like we're doing the uppercuts. Good stretch on that shoulder. Good, and then we're going to twist sideways and do that. Twist, Good. Then we'll transition to our hooks. Okay. We'll get that waist turning too. Alright, good stuff. We're going to go right to our hips and rotate. Switch directions on our hips. Good. And then twist like we're kneeling. Good. Take our legs, swing up. Good. Good. Take the other leg and swing. Good. We're going to swing the leg just up sideways. And the other side. Good. Now we're going to swing that leg around. Almost like you're going to kick. Yeah, you don't need to extend. Just turn that knee over. Up. Good. Alright, bounce a little bit. Good. Shake everything loose. Alright, we're going to start Dimitri off shadow boxing using a 3-pound dumbbell. The 3-pound is kind of a little bit heavier. If you're fighting with 16-ounce gloves, obviously that's 1 pound. If that's 2 more pounds than that, we're going to use this little circle here. Alright? As he's shadow boxing, he's going to move around this circle. Use his footwork to stay tight, staying around the circumference of the circle. Okay? Alright. There you go. Good. Alright, you see Dimitri's moving around, staying tight to that circle. Good. And keep that center of that circle as the target. So the center of that circle, you're kind of working a little radius around there, working around the circumference, alright? So, good, So if you're doing this at home, you don't have a circle like that, you can use a hula hoop, or you can actually use a lid, a Tupperware lid, you know, as long as you don't step on it and slip off of it. Good, Or you can just imagine a circle. You can even put your mitts down or your glove down on the floor and then work around your glove, as long as you have a pivot point to work off of. Good. Good. And it helps you flow in the circle. And one of the things you don't want to do as a fighter is just keep moving backward and forward, and forth. And this gives you angles, the way that you can cut angles. There you go. Good stuff. Again, using a 3-pound dumbbell, this is a little bit, normally I have to use a 2-pound dumbbell because it's twice as heavy as a 60-ounce glove, but we threw all our 2-pounders away because of COVID, because they're all rubber, couldn't clean them, so we have metal dumbbells here, and so Dimitri's using that. Good. Good, and using that footwork around, and you notice he's going clockwise and counterclockwise. Finding the groove, finding the flow as you move both directions. And as you do that, don't forget your shoulder movement. Moving around, so it's not just hopping around in a circle, it's moving. And down, good. We have 30 seconds, so he's going to speed up that drill a little bit. Very good, very good. Okay, all right, go ahead and put those dumbbells back. Okay. All right, so the first round of this exercise, we have Dimitri, we're gonna hit around the circle here, okay? Using that circle as a pivot point. And what we want to do, if you can imagine this circle having like a face to it, like a clock, like you're looking at the clock, this would be 12 o'clock, this would be 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to try to keep the left foot always towards the side of the circle, okay? At 9 o'clock. So we don't want it down here, we want to keep it here. And we move, and that way we get a tight pivot, okay? Good, move around. Good, good, up. Good, up. Good. Good. So just keep this foot towards 9 o'clock. Tight towards there. Good, 1, 2. Good. Foot cross. Good. Yeah. 1, 2. Good. As I come to you, you're gonna pivot forward. There you go. Good. And that way he keeps them in line with moving around. Okay. So normally if I came towards him, he'll probably move backwards, but this way he forces him to move around. So stay in the zone. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2. Good. Look across. Good. Yeah. Good. Up cross. Cross. Good. Double jab cross. Good. Look up. Good. There you go. Stop. See how he's moving around? Good. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. Good. Look cross. There you go. Good. Yeah. Across. There you go. Good. Look across to the right. That's it. Good. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. There you go. Nice. Across. Good. See Okay, now he chases them around. He has to pivot in that circle. There you go. Good. Up. Good. Jab. Across. Good. See how he pivots around? Good. And this is especially important if you're boxed in a corner. Let's say he's in the corner of the ring right now, and now I come in towards him. He's moving outside that corner, okay? Because when you're in the corner, all right, you can't just move sideways because the corners will stop you from moving. Good. And if you can circle out on your opponent in the corner, he turns him around. Now he's in the corner. All right. So again. All right. So let's say Dimitri's right here. He's in the corner here. He changes position. He puts me in the corner. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Across. Cross. Good. Go across. There you go. Good. Yeah. 1, 2. Good. Go across. And cross. There you go. Good. Yeah. 1, 2. Good. Good. Go across. Body. Cross. There you go. Good. Yeah. Good. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. All right. So we see Dimitri working around that circle here. Working around, pivoting around that circle. Again, if you don't have a circle at home, if you don't have a pad holder, you can still shadow box, moving around the center object that you can pivot around. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do right now, we actually put Dimitri's left foot inside the hole, okay? Inside the hole. And I'm actually going to move this back a little bit just so we don't break our ankle here. So here, I'm going to do right here. Alright, so his left foot is going to be in the hole, okay? Alright, so left foot in the hole. And this is going to allow him to pivot a little bit different, okay? He's going to have to tight pivot. And as he strikes, you have to pivot even tighter, okay? Alright, so when your foot is inside the hole, you don't have that luxury working around the outside of that ring. Now he's on the inside of it, okay? There you go. Good. That's it. See, it's a tighter pivot. Good. Up. Good. Up. Good stuff. Up. Good. 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 Up. Good. 1, 2, across. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. Good. Across. Yeah. Cross. Good. Good. Doing a good tight pivot there. Doing really good on that. Jab. 1, 2. Good. Good. 1, 2. Good. Yeah. Good. Across. Push. Good. Yeah. 1, 2. Good. Across. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. Good. So you can make them pivot. They can strike too, okay? So again, 1, 2. You can pivot. Bang. Good. Good. Go across. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. Good. All right. Go across. Go across. Up. Good. Good. Yeah. Across. There you go. Good. Go across. That's it. Good. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. There you go. Good. Good. Yeah. 1, 2. Good. Go across. That's it. Good. Yeah. Good. Across. That's good. Go across. Yeah. The flow going. Up. Good. 2 uppercuts. cross, up, pivot, up, good. Good. Jab, up, across, up, good. Good. Across, good. Jab, up, good. 1, 2, good. Across, across. Pivot, way up, bang, good, nice, good, jab, good. Across, body, across, good, jab, across, good, across, good, across, good, jab, 1, 2, all right, good stuff, good stuff. For the next part of our training here, we're actually going to have Dimitri actually put his rear foot in, okay? So before, the first time he started, he had his left foot on the outside, then the left foot in the inside. Now we're going to put the right foot in, but the left foot still forward. And that's going to give you a longer pivot. It's kind of like a swinging motion, okay? So you can cut off more, okay? All right? So so Dimitri's here, okay, using that rear foot in, good, and so if he was to kind of try to cut me off, one step more, good, long pivot, even longer, okay, let me do it for you, okay, so here my right foot in, you stand over there, so when you go this way, see I pivot long, pivot, I try to pivot there, get that angle on him so I stay with him, using that foot to pivot long on him, okay, all right, we're going to try that. Pivot, there you go, good. Yeah, 1, 2, good. Across, good. See how he stays right on top of me, There you go. Good. Yeah, good. 1, 2, good. 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 1, 2, good. Yeah, good. See that here? How much he made that distance? You started here, stuck it out, I came over, all he does is takes one step, right in the pocket still, stays with me, stays on top of me. Okay, good, all right? We're exaggerating a little bit because you would have a little bit more foot movement, but for now, just for our training, keeping that foot in that circle, giving him a long pivot. Good. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. Good. Across. There you go. Jab. Cross. Good. Hook cross. Good. Jab. Cross. Hook cross. Good. 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 Jab. Good. Up cross. Cross. Good. Hook cross. Jab. 1, 2. Good. Pivot, stays right on top of me. Stays right on top of me. Call that controlling the center of the ring. He's definitely controlling the center of that ring. See how much I have to move. And he just takes a small step, stays on top of me, controlling the center of the ring. He who controls the center of the ring moves the least, okay? Up. Good. Up. Up. Good. Up. Yeah, good. Yeah. 1, 2. Good. Good. Foot cross. Good. Yeah. Good. Foot cross. Good. Good. 1, 2. Cross. Good. Good. Foot cross. Good. Good. Yeah. Cross. Good. Good. Foot cross. Yeah, cross, cross, good, good, cross, good, cross hook, good, good cross, good, cross hook, Good. Foot cross. Good. Cross up. Good. Yeah, foot cross. Foot cross. Cross up. There you go. Good. And we can make him repeat that. So he has cutting power. Stop your opponent's moving. All right, good stuff, Dimitri. Alright, now we're going to use our circle here to make sure Dimitri will kick and kick through, and that's an important thing. Also make sure he's centered on his kick, and even if he knees or whatever he goes, you can actually kick your gloves off. Okay, so we won't in this one. Okay. So use that circle here. He would use, make sure he kicks through. Boom. If he knees, make sure he comes to the center. So sometimes people knee straight up and see if this is the width of someone's body, you want to drive it towards the center. Boom. If I came straight up here, kind of off, run the risk of sliding off, okay? Dimitri has a groin injury, so we're going to try to work around that, okay? That operation didn't go through, right?
No, we're good.
All right, he's good with that operation, okay? He's still a man, okay? Caitlyn Jenner, okay? All right. So his left one is actually a little bit hurt, so we're just going to try to just ease up on the left side, okay? All right. Here, be centered. Good. You make sure when you step here, the left foot is here, the right foot is here. So you are literally hugging the sides of each. You're not, with the right foot.
Yeah.
Just the alignment of it. There you go, the alignment of it. Good. 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 That kick. Good. Good. Kick. Good. And the kick. Good. And that keeps him moving, kind of flowing through. Using the same example here on a push kick. He's going right through the center. Good. Again. Good. Another side. Good. So that's he's moving here. Good. And the same thing when he drives the knee. Knee. Good. Knee. I'm going to actually reset the clock because I didn't reset it. Okay. So again, everything's focused on him going past the center. Okay? Alright, nice. Kick up. Good. Good. Knee. Good. You can tell he's coming to the center. Knee. Good. Push kick. Good. Push kick. Good. And the same principle for even low kicks, same thing. The apex of the kick should be crossing the center. Good. Good. And even on the high kicks. Good. And this one, because he's injured, not so high. Boom. There you go. Good. Good. As we move around, he's still centered on that circle. Even for high, so here, same thing. Feet even. This one here. So wherever I'm standing, you should even to me. There you go. Good. There you go. High push kick. Push kick. Good. Again. Good. And that side. Push it. Good. Again. Push it. Good. Making sure he's kicking through. Good. 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 You see that on the switch here. Alright, so here he kicks. Good. Takes his goes back, his left foot is forward. He's going to switch now. This right foot's going to be close to the circle. As we switch. Bang, there you go. Good. Okay. Very nice. Good. Good. Knee. Good. Make sure it's coming through the center. Okay, up knee. Good. Left side. Good. Good. And kick. Good. Kick. Good. 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 Knee up. Good. Push. Good. Kick. Nice. Good. 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 That thing. Good. Push kick. Good. Through. Good. Side. Good. Hand back up. Knee. Good. Up. Good. Good. So we're going to pyramid his kicks here. Kick. Kick. Middle. Alright. Good. Kick. Good. Kick. Good. Good. Kick. Middle. Low. Low. Middle. And high. Alright, good stuff. Alright. Alright, so now we're actually going to use the elbows here. Okay, we're going to make sure to get you set the elbows past the center of the target here. Okay, so here we use elbow, we stop here. We want to go past the target. That way, we use that circle to measure that elbow here. Okay, alright? We don't want to go too far. Otherwise, you're pushing the elbow. But we got to go past enough and past the center. Okay, alright? Good, hands up. Good. Elbow. Good. Elbow. Good. Elbow. Elbow. Nice. Good. Good. Elbow. Good. Good. We're going to use all 7 elbows. Start side elbow. Side elbow. Good. Good. Up elbow. Good. Up elbow. Left side. Good. Come up the center. Okay. So again, that's why we're going to use this target here. Make sure we come to the center because the jaw is directly in the center of the circle. We use that to measure. Make sure we have the right distance. There you go. Good. Again. Good. Elbow number 3, down elbow. Good. Down elbow. Good. Around. Now overhead elbow. Over. Good. Good. Straight elbow. Good. Straight. Up. There you go. Left side. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Big elbow. Good. Center up with me. Good. Stay here. There you go. Good. Alright, wait up. Good. Good. Spin back elbow. Good. Try that again. Spin back. Good. That's why it's important to use the circle here. He has to step past the other side, past the center line, and spin back. Good. The other side here. Spin back. Good. There you go. Good. Now we can use our elbows here. You side elbow, up elbow. Okay. Good. Hey, good. Yeah. Good. After you elbow, finish high guard. Okay, good. Good. Up elbow, side elbow. Up elbow, side elbow. So up side. Up. Good. Again. Very nice. Good. 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 Yeah. Good. Good. Up. Nice. Good. Good. Yeah. Very good. Alright. Last one. Good. Yeah. Good. Alright, very nice. Okay, good. Using that circle again, we're going to actually use Dimitri here. He's still going to pivot around. Okay? Still make sure he uses that circle to guide and try to center up. Okay, all right. Using the same principles here. We have the front foot in, the pivot short. Okay, we have the long pivot here, pivot long. We're actually not going to put the foot inside. We put the foot outside. We're still using those same movements as we did earlier. Okay. cross. There you go. Jab. 1, 2. Good, good. Kick. Good. Good kick. Good. Cross. Good. Good. Knee. Reach. Good. Elbow. Good. Elbow. Knee. Reach. Good. Good kick. Good. Good jab. Across. Very good. Cross. Very good. Front kick. Good. Good. Left knee. Reach your elbow. Good. 1, 2. Good. Good cross. Good kick. Good. Yeah. Good. Cross. Very good. 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 Cross. Cross. Good. Double kick. Good. Yeah. Good. Cross. Good. Good cross. Look elbow. Okay. Elbow on end. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Good. Kick. Good. Yeah. Good. Roll. Good. Grab. Good. Across. Kick. Good. Yeah. Good. 1, 2. Good. Cross. Good. Pivot up. Good. So as you're padding, try to step through them so they make sure they get that pivot, okay? Try to step through. Pivots, okay, good. Yeah. Across. Good, good. Up. Good. Up. Yep. Sure. Up. Up. Good. Kick up. Good. Good. Down. Good. Across. Weave. Up. Stay close to the circle. Good. Good. Alright, kick. Good. Knee. Good. Kick. Good. Knee. Good. Kick. Good. Knee. Up. Up. Finish you up. Good. Up. Finish you up. Good. Up. Finish you up. Good. Up. Finish you. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the second round here, we're going to make Dimitri defend. And as he defends, he still starts to stay, still tries to control and stay in the circle. Okay? All right. Here we go. Up. Up. There you go. Good. Still controlling. Up. Good. Up. Sure. Up. Good. Good. Up. Up. Good. Good. Up. Finish you up. Nice. Good. Up cross. Finish. Good. Cross. Good. Kick. Good. 1, 2. Finish. Good. Good cross. Good. Cross. Good. Good. Cross. Cross leg check. Up. Finish. Cross leg. Up. Good. Don't make any control. Good. Good cross. Cross. Up. Up. Good. Good. Jab. Good. Across. Good. Good. Kick. Good. Good cross. Stay close. Elbow. Elbow. Back up. Good. Jab. Jab left elbow. Up. Show the circle. Show the center. Good. Go cross. Good. Kick. Good. 2. Good. Good. A little bit lighter on the feet. Up. Out. Good. Up. 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 Good. Good. Up. Jab. Cross. Good. Kick. Good. Good. 5 knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 5 knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 5 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 5 left kicks. 1, 5. Good. Good. 5 for knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good stuff. All right. Okay, we're gonna do our last round with Dimitri, and what we're gonna try to do now is actually make him evade. We're using pivot, evade, slip back, slide back, still maintaining closeness to that circle, so he controls the center. All right. Reset the clock here. Alright, so evasive defense we're using, okay? Yeah. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2, lean cross. Good. Still controlling the center. Yeah. Good cross. Good. Lean back. Up. Good. Good jab. Good cross. Good. Slide back. Slide back in. Good. Kick up. Good. Jab. Cross, good. Good. Kick. Good. Alright. Good. Stay there. Stay there. Good. Good. Step back. Finish it up. Good. So step back. You have to swing the left foot back, okay? Alright, step back. Push up. There you go. Good. 1, 2. Cross. Good. Alright, step back. Push it up. Kick. Good. Good. Across. Good jab. Across. Good. So 1, 2, slip right, slip left. Good. Jab. Good. 1, 2. Good. Good cross. Good. Good. Deep. Kick. Good. Good. Jab. Across. Good. Lean back. Up. Good. Yep. Up. Good. Kick. Good. 1, 2. Good. Jab. Across. Good. Good kick. Very nice. Good. Good kick. Up. Good. Slide back. Slide back in. Nice. Good. 1, 2. Rhythm up. Good. Good kick. Good. Jab. Cross. Good. Jab, lean cross. Good. Good. Cross. Kick. Good. Good. Close to the circle. Good. Up. Good. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, 1, 2. Good. 4. Good. 6. Good. 8. Good. 10. Good. 12. Good. 14. Good. Go all the way up to 20. 20. All right, good stuff. All right. today with Dimitri and this session here, we worked on using the ring here, using the circle ring, not the boxing ring, okay, to control it, and using our pivots, okay. So here, inclination. So here, normally, let's step over here. When people fight in the beginning, and Dimitri comes in, I step back, or I come in, he goes back, okay. But we want to break our habit. Instinctively, we're going to move back. So if you move back the first step, the second step, because instinct, you're going to move back. But if you're ready, you should just pivot, okay? So here, pivot, boom, So now he gets the pivot going, okay? Good. When he uses the pivot, he changes angle on me. Once he changes the angle here, for me to get to turn, I got to turn. He's got to try to hit me before I can readjust my angle on him. Same thing on this side here. Step here, bang, okay, before he hits me here. So when you're doing this, normally you're going to try to move back. So here, I come in, he moves back. The second step, he should pivot. Good, So same thing here, he moves back. Second step, he should pivot. Okay, good. Because once you're ready for the first step here, it's your instinct. After you know your instinct, then you should try to shift, okay, and try to change angles on the person, all right? The three methods we use, the first one here, you should go ahead, put your foot close. He's keeping the foot at 9 o'clock around the ring. He's moving, he's shadow boxing. Good. When we use the hit, we do different combinations there, okay? And that way he controls the center, making sure the strikes are always to the center, okay? Of this, the circumference of the circle here, okay? The second method we did, he actually put the left foot in. So left foot in the circle here, and he gives him a tighter pivot here. Tight pivot here, bang, okay? All right, same thing here, tight pivot, boom, All right, and then using the longer pivot, okay? So left foot in, right foot in, and now the right foot is in. Make sure the right foot is still in the rear, the left foot is still forward, okay? And that gives him more of a pendulum here, so he can cut me off, See, I have to move a lot to move around here. He just moves one step to make up the distance, which is controlling the center of the ring, okay? And we use it against different strikes. Elbows, knees, to make sure we're going through the center here, okay? But that's the idea of using this to assist you on your pivots, on your movements, and understanding why, okay? And normally when you fight, you will always take a small step within that circle, okay, just to get out, okay? And I'll show you the reason why here. So here, Dimitri, go, Go put your foot inside here. Left foot in, All right. So let's say Dimitri pivots here. So he actually opens himself up for my right hand here, okay, because his foot here. But if he did this, stay in the center, you take a small step outside the circle and pivot. There, so try it again. So small step out and pivot. That way he's outside this hand here, okay? So using a small step is really what you're supposed to do. But for our exercise here, we're just keeping our foot in the center so he learns how to just move and pivot along, okay? All right? If you don't pivot, if you only pivot here, I pivot here, boom, I open my face up. That's why I have to move outside the circle line, which we can work on later, okay? Got that, Dimitri? Good. All right, let's start finish up, so I didn't cut. All right, see you next time, okay? All right.
When in the Los Angeles area, train at MuayThaiAmerica.net.